Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to tackle a problem we've had for a while, but really noticed it on the Isle of Wight when we couldn't have the roof down. Is that we're getting a lot of fumes inside the car. So it's a breathing thing. It's a fuely type, oily type smell. So I don't really know what's causing it. So I'm going to change the pipes on the rocker cover. I'm going to check the timing and balance the carburetors and see if they're running a bit too rich. So in order to balance the carburetors, I should be using this this tool, the old carb balancing. I've got to set the timing using the timing light. There's a gauge on the back here. Can't remember what that was for, so we're going to see what that's about. And I shall take all the information that I need from the old infamous or famous Haynes manuals. I don't really know where I would be without those, and I'm not even sure whether they're an international thing or just a UK thing. Let me know if you've got a Haynes manual, I guess. Yeah, so let's get on. First of all, got to check that timing. First job in checking the timing is marking the pulley to line up to the timing marks on here. I was going to check the book to see where that needs to be. Ignition system, here we go. Right, 1500. How focused is that? Probably not. Handy. 1500. Accept USA. 10 degrees before top dead center at 680 revs. 10 degrees. So on the pulley, the mark for A series 1500, 10 degrees is engine markings for 1500. Is that in focus? Oh, no, it's way off. That's there then. Engine markings for 1500. And we want 10 degrees before, so we were up here somewhere. So to connect the timing light up, just lay that in there. So that goes on to number 1. And then these go onto the power, onto the battery. So then we'll start it up and we'll be looking down at the pulley there. So let's have a look, see how that goes. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. And the timing mark. There's also a scratch on that pulley, so ignore that one. Hopefully you can see that. Next job is to replace the hoses. As you see, that doesn't fit on there tremendously well, so we've got some new ones, so we'll crack on with that now. So here we have the 3 new pieces of hose. As you can see, that one is some bit smaller than what's on there, and probably these too actually. 1/2-inch hose. Certainly a lot firmer than the ones there, so let's get on and change these over then. Work out the best way to do this. See that? Small to get on there. But nice and tight on there. So we'll just work on getting that into there now. Oh yeah, no, that's right. Can't be a nice snug fit in there. It's not going to have a lot of air through, is it? Just check they're the same. Yeah, same length, so. Cool, that's a lovely fit on there. Really want those to be on their natural curve, really, isn't it? Yeah, let's go where the drama is. Blimey neck. Getting that one, yeah. Yeah. There's quite a nip in there now. That looks a whole lot neater. That one. I'm going to put some Jubilee clips on there. Air filter removed and put that fuel pipe back. Another job, or next job, is ensure that these are topped up. It actually says to within ½ inch of the top, 13mm to the top, but then I've read in others that it's just making sure it's got some resistance, so that's got some resistance. Oh, I took a bit more in that one. And that's got some resistance. So this is just, well, it's actually a 2050 oil in there, so. Now with the engine running and idling, the next thing is to check the balance using this fancy new tool. And as you see, this one, get that on there nice and square, is at 3. Trying to hold the camera and the tool. And this one is at 5. So they are out of balance. So what I need to do is disconnect these screws to make sure each carburetor is running independently. And then adjust the idles in these screws here and here, and balance them up. Now with the engine off, and this socket is 2BA that fits on these. A metric one is close, but not close enough, and you really don't want to be so slacken them back. That's me not finishing my sentence again. Don't really rounding them off because I think they probably are available, but yeah, it's just one of those formers, right? So now when we do the throttle, it's not actually moving, you see that right? It's not actually moving each carburetor independently. So now I shall adjust it on these screws with the engine running. Now it's 6. Now it's 6. So now they're both, yep, both at 6. Let's just get the camera in there so you can see that. 6 and 6. So now with that balanced up, I need to just get that idle speed down a bit. If we take that down just a quarter of a turn each one, you just see that they're still balanced. 4 and 4. Now idle speed's around about right. It says about, you can't actually go by the gauge too much, but I think that's running a little bit lumpy now. Yeah, it stalls when you lift the things, when you lift the pistons up inside. So I think I'm going to check those jets now by adjusting under here. So in order to check these, I need to take the pots off each one of these. And apparently it's quite good to mark which one's which, so they go back on the same way around. Being very careful not to drop these screws as well. So with those both off, put the finger in here. So what you need to do is have this flush with the top. Now you can't quite see whether they are or not on the camera. I'll just take a better look. But you adjust it on these nuts under here by screwing them. So you screw them upwards until it's all flat in the top, all level in the top, and then you adjust these down by 12 flats, which will be one and a half turns, won't it? 2 turns, 2 complete turns. These 12 flats, because it is 6 to side, isn't there? Yeah. So in here now, both of these now are level with the top here, with the other brass bit, other. Yeah, so now, I'll switch cameras now, so it should be a bit easier. Now I need to adjust this nut under here by the 12 flats, so it's 2 full turns. Now I'm just going to get on and do that. So now I'm going to adjust that, so it's adjust that down by 2 full turns. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's that one. Dashboard's back on. Right. Well, I think we can agree now that that seems to be, to me, running quite smoothly now. Still a bit of a rattle in there somewhere, but that's not to do with the engine. So I think air cleaner's back on. Well, throttle linkage back together, air cleaner's back on, and we'll take her for another drive and see how that looks. So that's the job done. I've got it so it's running okay. Maybe the idle is a little bit high, so maybe I have to adjust that, but I'm going to see what that's like after we've sort of give it a good run, and so we'll see. So that's not meant as a which I'm going to put a caption at the beginning, or put a caption at the beginning. It's not meant as a tutorial. This is just how I tackled trying to get rid of that smell. So I think it may have been running a bit rich. The oil level was a bit high when we first started out to the Isle of Wight, but that sort of settled itself down, so it's probably pushed it out somewhere. You know, and that breather pipe on the top, that was quite loose, especially the one from the actual rocker cover over to the to that first tee. Yeah, so I'll see how that goes. Really, I'm happy with that. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Doesn't start too well, does it?